Las Vegas. What comes to mind when you hear that name? Gambling. I mean, come on. How do you expect a desert city without oil to get this and this? The entertainment capital of the world? Come on, America wouldn't be America without it. America's largest number of weddings, also being called the Neon City. But it's also known for not so good things like the divorce capital of America, Sin City, Gluttony Central, adult Disneyland, the city of lost wages. The average gambler who visits Las Vegas's casinos loses $600 gambling. Ah shit, I just lost $600. What? Pfft, you think that's bad? I lost the house.
Why are you home so late? And the cartel came by and said we have to pay them 2 pesos.
Oh hey amigo, I've been looking for you everywhere. Wait, no. Well, let's look at Nevada. Let's switch the map. The state doesn't look that interesting, but below the map, Nevada has had one of the highest numbers of nukes dropped, and it has a lot of cool stuff like Area 51. But look at this small dot in the southeast. Here you'll find the metro area of Las Vegas. Half of Nevada's population lives in the city, but how? The Sin City is located in the driest, hottest part of the state. To explain this, we need to go through the neon streets and to History Lane. Las Vegas started as a checkpoint for Spanish traders going to Los Angeles and later was founded by 30 Mormon missionaries. It was originally made to teach the Paiute farming techniques, and they decided to ignore them and sometimes raid the base. Newly found gold propped up a mining industry. 50 years later, the completion of a railway linking Los Angeles to Salt Lake City. Now, a little lesson in geology. At this time, Las Vegas didn't have the climate you know today, hot and dry. No, kinda. Las Vegas was home to a lot of aquifers, which were more than 500,000 years old, and was home to a lot of lakes and springs, which made this small valley a very lucrative and strategic area for trade and resupplying. This will be important later. During an influx of immigrants from the newly found gold deposits, which you might know as the Gold Rush. To increase growth, the small settlement enacted the State Land of 1885, which offered the settlers $1.25 per acre, which is $48 in today's money. And agriculture becomes the area's main industry. 20 years later, Las Vegas would be founded as a city in 1905. The city became the seat of Clark County after splitting from Lincoln County. As of now, the city only has a population of about 800, which is about 1% of Nevada's total population. And on March 19th of 1911, Las Vegas legalized gambling. Remember that. But we're not there yet. Las Vegas was still a tiny settlement until 1931. The Hoover Dam was constructed and brought a lot of construction jobs and gave Vegas a really needed boost in the midst of the Great Depression. Skip forward a decade, World War II brings the defense industry into Nevada with a large amount of water and mineral deposits, making it ideal with thousands of workers from the rest of the states. Vegas's mining industry doubled in profit and the settlement's population tripled. After World War II, Nevada went back to a civilian economy. Hotels, resorts, and casinos started to prop up in the Strip, and Las Vegas was growing like any other US city, and surpassed a population of 100,000 people, at 22% of Nevada's total population. Now, nothing crazy has happened yet, until 1960, and we meet our friend Martin Stern, who was an architect working for Harrah's. Stern brought his mates from the industry together to contract the entertainment mecca formula, which would skyrocket the gambling industry worldwide. Now, Stern wasn't your average entertainment enthusiast. He made an entertainment empire. It was reported that one of his international hotels had a Trifor mega resort, made of white marble, imported crystal chandeliers, and an international restaurant which had a 24-seat showroom. In 1967, Nevada passed legislation making finances easier for publicly traded organizations to enter the casino market and to get rid of the organized crime in the city, but they just reorganized. Companies such as MGM, Hyatt, and Del E Web buying and building casinos around the city and at a lesser extent around the state. Wonder what happened to Harrah's? Well, it got sold just before the owner succumbed to heart disease after 6 marriages and a life of drinking and smoking. How fitting. But the company would evolve to become an international gambling conglomerate, and these casinos just kept advancing, with One Mirage developing the self-contained entertainment resort, which happened to have a casino. After the success of the Mirage, Las Vegas started to boom, providing tourists with an exotic vacation. Became the world's entertainment capital in 1940. 10 years after the legislation of gambling, the city only had 125,000 tourists, and in 2005, it had 29 million. Vegas's population grew 20 times faster than the US population. Having 50 flights a day in the 1950s, that's more than Guatemala. And people flocked from the east to the west. And don't think that Las Vegas is the only gambling city out there. There's Monaco and Macau, the Vegas of the East, or China's Vegas. But as you can probably put 2 and 2 together, gambling isn't really a good thing, with scholars calling the industry McDonaldized. Now, what does that mean? Look at this big, delicious Big Mac. But it's really fatty and it's not really good for you. Same goes as gambling, but instead of damaging you physically, it damages you psychologically and financially, making you addicted to that rush. But if we put it to the numbers, about 25 to 37% of fat Americans suffered from food addiction. Meanwhile, only 2% can be said about gambling addicts. But the Sin City is facing problems. As you can suggest from its name, more social crime is on the rise, like dope and fent. And activities associated with this platform rose by 60% this year alone. And a regional problem of running out of water. Remember that geology lesson I gave you? And with all of those 7 states fighting for water rights, with Las Vegas's local water sources effectively completely dry, depending on the Mead River. But thanks to the gambling and entertainment industry, Las Vegas has a population at the edge of 3 million, being America's 29th largest city, though you can take it up to interpretation on how you consider Las Vegas. So, quick recap. Why did Las Vegas become the city it is now? It had sufficient water and energy supply, making it an ideal transit route thanks to the Colorado River and the Hoover Dam. Comes World War II, and the defense industry lifting growth immensely, and in 1961, a new bill making it easier for casinos to finance, and Vegas exploded. And remember, 90% of gamblers quit before they win. For legal